Good evening, Super Metroid Randomizer fans. That's right. We've got more Randomizer League Season 3 action coming your way. A titanic battle of two teams. The Clippers versus Hylian SpaceJump frogs. Nesarius and Ace Zero representing them respectively. My name is the Hockey Towner, and I'm joined by the one, the only Tracy M. What's up, Tracy?
Just some Super Metroid, some boss randomizer. Two teams fighting for that. Probably going to be fighting for that second playoff spot in that division. Ace, my teammate, so I'll try to be as unbiased as I can be. But
always a challenge, right? Always a challenge to remain unbiased.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll be professional here. You'll keep me honest.
Always, Tracy. Well, it's been really exciting season so far, and this week, as you said, we do have some boss randomizer, but with the prevailing randomizer logic also being major minor.
Yep. Yeah, and it should be interesting because I know at the beginning of the season when we were trying to divvy up who would race what week, Ace Zero coming from Link to the Past and SMZ3, a little less familiar with major minor splits. So hopefully he remembers his major items in this race.
No, absolutely. How about this pickup at Morph Ball? The Ice Beam. That is about the earliest Ice Beam I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's actually one of my least favorite items to pick up this early because it just messes you up. I usually just turn it off. Messes up because I do ledge grab climbs. It messes up my ledge grab climbs. It messes up. It does let you get the item here a little bit easier because you can freeze the enemy, but definitely nice to have in the long run, just not always the thing you want first.
No, for sure. I think I saw somebody in chat, I can't remember who, maybe you can tell me if you remember, they called it the shoot everything twice beam.
Kind of, yeah. It really is. Not a whole lot of one-shot and done with that ice beam.
Not at all. So just a missile pack here in Retro Brinstar. Morphing Ball, of course, gotta have that to progress. Really like that sprite with that little touch of purple on Nesarius's Samus there, and another missile pack. So earlier today we saw both, or I should say all three, explosives or ordnance to be found in Retro Brin, but just missiles so far.
Yeah, it's rough when you can't do any of these other minor checks. Now you're worrying about both super missiles and power bombs. We do know that we will have to get something to break blocks at Bomb Torizo, either a bombs, screw attack, or speed booster. And if it's bombs, you have to fight Bomb Torizo. So a lot of things going on here.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, you saw Nesarius disable his ice beam. And,
it looks like Ace did as well.
Ace did as well, yeah. So both runners. Definitely, as Tracy said, it makes everything way more annoying this early in the game to have ice beam. So
yeah, hope that the runners remember to turn it on when it actually becomes important to have. Definitely have seen runners forget to turn ice beam or forget that they even have ice beam when they turn it off this early.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what BT has in store for them. And of course, like you said, this could be speed, screw attack, or good old vanilla bombs. Not to be found in left sandpit, like I said earlier today, but definitely at the Bomb Torizo statue.
Looks like Nesarius is going to be the first to get there. And we find Speed Booster.
Ooh.
So kind of a good news, bad news thing. The Speed Booster is really nice because it lets you go fast. But also, assuming we have power bombs before we get to Waterway, they will be able to do that check, which is really nice. Bad news is, if we don't get power bombs, we will be searching for them, and there's going to be a whole lot of checks we can't do, and that Speed Booster isn't going to help us do Waterway without power bombs to get down there in the first place.
That's right. Here's a nice short charge from Nesarius. Looks like Ace is going to do the same just to get through those blocks.
Yeah, bonked a little bit, though.
A little bit. Oh,
there's some bombs.
There's the bombs. Okay, at Terminator. Well, very interesting.
But that at least makes it so we can get towards the Kraid boss area. So kind of another good news, bad news thing. Because,
yeah, exactly.
That does get us further along. It opens up Gauntlet, which I don't think anyone wants to do on no suit, no tanks.
Yeah, you could freeze some of the enemies, but no, not without any tanks. It's practically
it's a very
practically
dangerous check at this point.
Highly dangerous for sure. And shout outs to our wonderful tracker 2D Tones. Had me cracking up in chat just now, referring to Ice Beam as the "we have progression at home" type of meme. We love 2D. Thank you so much for tracking this race and many others.
All right, just missiles. Okay, still don't have the any of the ammo items. Oh, there's some power bombs. Okay, so power bombs not going to be an issue. Supers could still be an issue.
They could be, unless what's behind door number 2, Tracy?
Missile! No supers. Oh boy.
No supers.
Oh boy.
Maybe we could have a vanilla super location. How about that plasma beam?
Plasma's nice.
Wow. So both runners getting strapped up with beams here very early.
Yeah. Someone's got to talk to someone about these seeds, because why does my teammate gets plasma ice? All I got was wave.
And more power bombs.
Wow. Okay. So once you find those first power bombs, the rest just come. But
power bombs.
Still no supers.
More power bombs. Perhaps?
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, definitely committing to picking up as many ammo packs as possible here. You saw both runners with speed booster, not having to do that early supers mock ball, because why would they? They've got speed booster. But bottom of Brinstar is open for business, open for access perhaps. And a couple more checks. We're still looking for those super missiles.
Yeah, super missile search not quite as bad as the power bomb search, just because you get gated a lot sooner. But if we don't find supers at Big Pink, nice phaser dodge, then or supers in this location that we're going to see Nasarius check in just a second, we have nothing but bad choices. It could be could be at Green Hills, could have to go back to the Blue Bryn area, where we could have Billy Mays is in logic, the ammo item that's next to the Morph Pedestal, Old Mother Brain. We can actually get to Criteria Power Bombs. It's another one. Of course, back of Gauntlet also being a thing. So
looks like they're gonna have to do one of the above that Tracy just
unless Big Pink is the answer.
Yeah, Big Pink does have a ton of items and checks. But,
and 230 missiles is another one that.
That's right, 230.
And Nasarius low on energy because we haven't seen any E-tanks yet.
Awfully stingy with tanks early. That could be a factor as they make their way to Crate, because Crate could be one of 4 major bosses.
Here we go. There's some supers. Yay.
Okay. Got super missiles at kind of the middle of Big Pink here. But waterway access, hopefully our runners remember to check waterway. If they don't, I'm not going to be as brokenhearted about it as last time.
So, one thing to note here is, without an energy tank, these guys are gonna want to make sure that when they do waterway, that they farm up to at least 80 health. They may want to power bomb the enemies. Those are Meridia enemies, and if your Shine Spark runs out before you get all the way through, you will die.
Oh my goodness.
And I hope both of these runners know that. Okay, we have all the beams but charge.
All but charge. I like this wave gate check here from Nasarius.
Ace is gonna have an easier time. He's not gonna nothing more trolly than getting this gate and then having to come back here and
that's very true.
And you get wave beam. And we do see Ace is gonna go for this check first. See if he power bombs the enemies here. Yeah, he does. That's really good. He has enough health to get through though. So it's not gonna be a problem. But I do like the choice to do that power bomb. And we get an E-tank. Yay!
Hey, not bad. Double their energy this early. That's excellent.
Whereas Nasarius down to 12 he better farm up before doing this check. Yeah, 57's not going to be enough unless he power bombs. I don't think it's going to be enough to get through, but at least he won't die if he at least power bombs the enemies.
No, for sure. A little high five here as Nasarius picks up wave beam after checking the eponymous wave gate. But should be easier for Ace. And not
okay. He's not even
farm up.
Yeah. Okay. This is smart. You don't want to try and do this without farming up. Looks like he's gonna farm up that reserve tank as well.
Oh, good. Making an investment for the future for sure.
Yeah, the reserve tank won't help you on the actual Shine Spark, but like you say, will help him in later parts of the run potentially. Only one so far, so not a whole. We got an energy tank and a reserve tank early, but lots of beams.
Yeah, kind of turning our runners into glass cannons, as it were. Especially if they could find that charge beam, but still many more checks. They do have all the miners, and with Speed Booster, a lot of stuff is open to them.
Okay, now we're going to go over to Red Tower, where the runners are going to have to make a decision as to whether or not to go up or down. With no suits and low energy, it's actually kind of a tough one because we're not in any good shape to do hell runs. But we have only Speed Booster to get across the moat with very low health.
No, for sure. It's a very tough. It's definitely a kind of an any percent type battle against whoever's over there. It might not even be Fantoon, but we discussed it earlier a little bit. The utility of going to wreck ship this early without having it unlocked is maybe the best word would be dubious. But
it's like Ace is going to go up.
You never do know. You never do know with these randos what's in store for our runners.
I mean, if nothing else, he's going to get some good intel here. He'll know what the boss is. He may do it. This is a situation where you might want to do a gauntlet check to see if there's anything good there for like movement items or charge beam.
With 20 power bombs on tap for both runners, I think gauntlet won't be a cinch, but it'll certainly be easier than just with plain old bombs.
Yeah, I personally like to do. If I have 10 power bombs in one E-tank, I'm pretty comfortable going all the way through gauntlet. And especially if you have some supers to shoot out the yapping maul. Looks like Nasaria is going to go down.
I do like this. I do like to see the branching routes from our runners. Kind of lets us take a peek into their strategy as they kind of start to cut their teeth on this seed. We're already 12 minutes in. No suits to be found, but that's maybe to be expected. But plenty of firepower. There's Spazer check from Nasarius here. Ooh,
SpaceJump, my favorite item.
The Tracy M special.
It does make this trip across the moat easier. Ace is probably gonna go for that speed booster. This is the okay. So he's gonna get that Shine Spark. Did save in Red Tower. I'm gonna spark right over that super missile, but he can get that on the way out.
Absolutely.
I kind of would like to see him not do the charge here and just go ahead and without high jump boots, it's not hard to jump across, save that health, just in case it is a Fantoon fight.
I think he read your mind, Tracy.
Maybe.
Mind,
looks like he was about to do that short charge across and thought better of it.
Now, as a player coach of your team, Tracy, did that come up in practice? And you told Ace, if you only got one E-tank, don't spark across West Ocean. I'm just kidding.
No, actually it didn't. We did a lot of route rando practice, which a lot of things came up, but that is not one of them. Because every time we hit this room, we had like nothing.
Oh my gosh.
This room likes to show up early in route rando where you have just basically nothing to work with. So just an E-tank down here at the high jump boots. This is just enough to do the hell run over to ice. We'll see if Nasaria decides to do that.
I'd love to see it. Big fan of the hell run. But we're going to get a glimpse maybe at our first possible boss here at the wrecked ship from Ace Zero.
I'm going to turn that speed booster back on, which I think is smart. Ignores the missile there. I mean, there's a good chance he's resetting out of this anyway, so that missile isn't going to do him much good anyway. I mean, I might have grabbed it to give me a 20 missile Fantoon fight, which is a little bit easier than 15. I don't think people quite, unless you run a lot of any percent, I don't think people quite understand the difference in missile count in that fight. And we're about to find out. What do we got? And we got Dragon.
Dragon.
And we're going to reset.
Yep. Just going to nope out of that fight. But like you said, good intelligence to have. It's kind of the pickup you can't pick up is the information of knowing where the bosses are. So definitely going to put that one on the back burner for now.
Yeah,
come
and
back
he's
to
got
it.
nothing to sequence break with that. He'd have to have another super, and he could do some RBO crystal flash strats. But really, without a good way to kill Dragon, because we just have very low ammo, that really isn't even viable. Even if he had that extra super pack, no grapple beam to get out. So you just have to leave.
Absolutely. Now we got a spring ball pickup from Nasarius Bay at ice. Just trying to get out. Very well done. Finishing up with 24 energy. Makes it out
Yeah.
safe and sound.
Yeah, not really enough to go to Croc at this point. So just gonna go out and up here. Doesn't have. He's gonna have to farm up to get to any semblance of Hell Run. Looks like he maybe just will go up and find that Dragon at the wreck ship. He can do X-ray pretty easily now that he's got that space jump, so that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But I think it'll stop over at Crade's warehouse, see what kind of Crade's been slashing prices. We got, manufacturers suggested retail price at Crade's warehouse on all sorts of items, but that's only if Crade's home in Crade's warehouse. As some of you may not know, in Boss Rando, whatever boss gates a certain locked door in their respective area,
Wait,
well, you got to find them first,
did
wherever
he
they
save?
are. I don't think so.
Okay, I think he just realized that he didn't save.
Yeah, I think just putting it in reverse. Oh no, just going for more super. So he might
Oh,
be expecting.
if this is Ridley, we know it can't be Dragon, but this is Ridley. He's gonna be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, you see Ace here going with the safer play and getting a save at Crade. But,
yeah, actually, he might have saved. Did he say he might have saved before the Ice Beam Hell Run?
I think so at the Frogway for sure. Oh, we got a Fantoon fight. Interesting.
Okay, so this is a doable fight.
Yeah, 35 missiles on tap, and then with, a quick route back to go all the way back up Red Tower for both runners to an activated wreck ship.
Little unfortunate for Ace since he's already been up there and is probably going to send him right back up there because still not going to have enough for any hell runs. Although I suspect Ace will do ice and high jump first. This is a rough Fantoon fight with very low health.
Just got to avoid face-checking Fantoon, manage the flames, get some good Dopplers. Looking to make those missiles connect with that weird eye jaw of Fantoon. Oh, kind of almost like an air Doppler from Nasarius. Got a lot of those missiles to connect. That was really impressive.
Yeah, very nice.
Ace, on the other hand, couldn't quite get those Doppler missiles to connect. Fantoon very cleverly and craftily kind of swung under his stream of missiles.
Yeah, and you can see the difference between Nasarius with that 35 missiles and Ace only with 15. At a certain point, I think once you get to 20, it really doesn't make a difference, but 15 is still pretty low.
For sure.
The difference between having to worry about that ammo and having to farm constantly.
The flames are pretty generous, though, with those drops. He's got 10 plus 3 more drops there. And Nasarius looking to deliver the damage, getting a big color change on old Fantoon here.
Okay, and Ace gonna pop that reserve tank because got hit a few too many times there. Okay, he's gonna have to do a little bit of farming on these flames.
Got a busted ghost from Nasarius. Ace is just locked in combat with Fantoon, staring him down, eyeball to eyeballs, and just looking for some health drops, just anything. But the wreck ship open now. Activated, powered back on. So I think Nasarius is going to route up there.
Honestly, he's switching his beam to wave. I think the best beam might actually be Spazer in this situation.
Just for the added height of that beam.
That wideness of it. And unfortunately, every time Phantoon pops up right on top of him there, it's just, he just whatever gains he gets from having done that little bit of farming, he just kind of loses.
Oh, for sure. 60 health, definitely not a comfortable spot to be in, but he's managing it extremely well. As you see him just pounding away at those flames, trying to get some large health drops.
Okay, looks like Nasarius going to go back up to the wreck ship, which is... Oh! And there's that death.
Yeah, darn. Drat, very, very good opening fight, but just a little too strong.
Yeah, he was actually doing pretty good, and then this one at one point, just things went kind of awry, and just wasn't able to recover from that, and tried really hard to do that. We'll see if he goes and does the other checks first. Could get that extra E-tank.
For sure, and he's got. I mean, he does have that very close save, but yeah, it looks like he's gonna dust himself off. Try again later, but we are gonna get an X-ray check here from this area.
And another E-tank.
Another one. So, if there's no suits in wreck ship, I mean, hell runs are maybe a little bit more doable. I think. What is it? What's
it's 4
tanks? It's 4.
It's 4. For most hell runs is 2 for the ice beam hell run. With speed, you can do the speed booster hell run with 3. 4 for everything else. But they have speed booster to get to Bubble Mountain, so not too bad.
So gonna get these business center checks from Ace. He will be rewarded, at least in the health department, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say the E-tank was at. Oh no, it's here. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, and then Ice Beam was Spring Ball. I want to say
it was the good old Spring Ball. Yep. But it's nice that they're going in. Nasarius is going into, a fully powered up wreck ship with speed. So if wreck ship reserve is something valuable, it is not locked away. He will be able to pick it up.
Yeah, and with the second E-tank and more missiles, this will be a much more doable fight for Ace. So he may just go right back to Phantoon from here.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really strong play for sure.
Okay, it's going to go for the Ice Beam Hell Run. Might reset out of that Spring Ball. I know all you Spring Ball lovers out there are going to be angry at me for saying that, but we have SpaceJump already. Spring Ball, really at this point, the biggest use it could have is if we have some suitless action, and it's right near Meridia, so he could very easily go ahead and pick that up later. I personally would reset this at this point and just keep in mind that it's there if I decide I need it, just because I don't want to have to refill here.
For sure, but he just charges right into it and grabs it. So
yeah, not resetting.
Both runners committed to having Spring Ball in their equipment repertoire. So, like you said, with SpaceJump, not exactly the greatest item to find. Chad accusing us of SpaceJump bias. It's true.
I'm not sure they're wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, SpaceJump is, like, if not the best item in the game, it's certainly in the top 3.
For sure.
It just makes everything so much better.
But yeah, I mean, Metroid MSD making a good point. If it's Suitless Meridia, then Spring Ball is definitely worth it. By then, you have an easier way of just picking it up. Either because you have more tanks for the hell runs, or maybe you have various suit.
I don't know if Nasarius saved.
Clearly, he's resetting to something.
Yes, resetting to something. But it's only a matter of time before we learn what. Oh, he did say excellent.
And to the comment that SpaceJump is the most dysfunctional item in the game, I have to strongly disagree, because X-Ray is extremely broken.
Oh my goodness. So be curious to see what's at Wreck Ship E-Tank, Wreck Ship Reserve. There are some really nice checks here in Wreck Ship.
Yeah, Nasari's going to show us some new items. I'm going to have to be careful here. Still no suit. Spike Your Death has that name for a reason. It does manage to get through okay, though.
Yeah, that was a really nice room. But Ace, no mucking about, just farming up some health, trying to get to full. And
when you have full supers, mini career is actually a really good way to farm health.
Yeah,
you'll just drop a whole lot of big health.
A ton of big health. So, and we got a vanilla E-Tank here at Wreck Ship E-Tank, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. But Ace is back in the saddle, dusted himself off. He's going to give Fantoon the absolute business here. He's come back stronger, faster, better. And this fight will be no problem. Hopefully that's not a commentator curse. If it is, write your congressman and complain about the Hockey Towners curses. So, don't do that. Don't do that.
If he dies again, I might have to ban you from commentary.
Oh, no! I didn't know the stakes were so high, Tracy. I never would have agreed to this. Oh, my God.
Nah, I would never ban you from commentary hockey.
Well, unless I did something egregiously bad, which I try not to. It's a conscious effort. But here we have right side ship supers. Kind of a fill-in major. Ooh.
High jump boots. That's a nice item.
If there's another item in the top 3 best in the game. Something about jumping items. Hockey, what's with you? You like all the jumping items. What's with
high jump, a great item.
Yeah, do love high jump. And we got 2 busted ghosts. Ace Zero of the Hylian SpaceJump frogs busting that Fantoon, unlocking all the secrets and all the wonderful items in the wreck ship.
Yeah, the one bit of the unfortunate thing here is that Ace is pretty much going to have to be on this same path. Really, still not in a good position to do hell runs with only two E-tanks and 1 reserve. Could chance it. I mean, 2 and 1 is what RBO does, and he does have that speed booster, which you wouldn't have to get over to Bubble Mountain in RBO. And of course, could do Croc. Wouldn't be you'd be pretty low when you got there, but I mean it's Croc, so you should be able to handle it. So we'll see if Ace follows Nasarius up to the wreck ship, or if he tries to create some route diversions. Maybe feeling a little behind because of the death at Fantoon.
For sure. I'm really curious to see. Oh, he is. It looks like he is heading back to wreck ship.
Yeah, definitely an understandable play.
For sure. Here we're gonna get the wreck ship reserve check on Nasarius' screen. Whatever could it be? Oh,
this could be the classic wreck ship puts the hell runs in logic, or I guess they are technically only 1 tank away from that with the X-ray in Ace's case, but I talk about that all the time in Chozo. that happens a lot. But,
yeah, but the old saying goes, it's maybe riffing on the old saying, but more energy, more better. But should make it just that much comfier. And crossing bowling for both runners will be no sweat. You see Ace crossing the treacherous X-ray corridor. All those grapple blocks and no grapple beam to speak of, but SpaceJump makes it oh so easy. Picking up even more energy.
Yeah, and it's not completely free with SpaceJump only, just because those waivers will get in the way and knock you down.
Oh yeah,
but just as long as you just gotta be aware of those waivers and make sure you don't hit them. SpaceJump plus Screw Attack completely free to do this check.
Do love that Screw Attack, the most overpowered item in the game.
Oh, but, for sure.
Love to see what's at the gravity location here. We're waiting with bated breath, Tracy.
And it is
X-ray.
Oh. So wreck ship, pretty much a bust.
Oh no.
I can't blame the runners for going for it, just because the hell runs look so bad with this energy count. But yeah, unfortunate that they're not getting anything out of this. That X-ray, I mean, if they find charge beam, it'll be really nice, but
if they do find charge, we still have 3 bosses on the menu, and I mean, Dragon as well as his, assistant boss, if you will, of Batwoon.
Yep.
Definitely microwavable.
It looks like Nasarius is going to do a gauntlet check.
I think this is a really good play here. Before, just to see, just kind of scope out what's close by, what's in close proximity.
I mean, he's probably doing this because there was nothing in the wreck ship. I'm actually not a fan of this because he's got speed. We know where Dragon is, so there's no issues getting through Meridia. So the only thing that this really could be that would be super useful would be Charge Beam. Or though Screw Attack would also be nice, although that Plasma Beam makes it a little less important, I'd say.
For sure. It just dawned on me that I remember Serb earlier today saying that there are no suits in Criteria.
That is correct.
Oh, man. Might have to change what I said. Oh, like
we do see a Screw Attack.
Screw Attack at Gauntlet.
So second most useful thing that could have been here. And really, I mean, we've seen almost all the major items that aren't suits or Charge Beam. So grapple charge suits, that's all we haven't seen.
Yeah. Yes. But Ace gonna go into the wrecked ship, find a bunch of
E-tanks and an X-ray scope.
E-tanks, yeah. Good old X-ray scope. But curious what Nasarius is gonna do now.
Gotta be Hell Runs at this point. I mean, he could go into Sulis Meridia. That is in logic now with the item set he has, although he can only get to Mama Turtle with no grapple beam.
Gotta have that grapple beam. But
we did find high jump boots, so it wasn't complete blank, but
it's kind of the C average of wreck ships.
Yeah. Especially, and if we do find Varia and, gravity maybe is in lower Norfair, those high jump boots will be very important because could be a required lava dive to get down there.
Well, I know one thing, Nasarius has everything he needs to get through lower Norfair, except for Varia. Gotta find the Varia suit.
Yeah, and this tank count really isn't enough to get up there. And Ace, unfortunately, is going to have at least a triple dip of the wreck ship, because he did come up here early to find Dragon, and is going to be in here now, and is going to have to come back later with gravity suit to kill Dragon that is here.
The triple dip. You heard it. It's party etiquette not to double dip, but they didn't say anything about triple dipping, Tracy. So I think it's, it's Miss Manners will allow it, right?
Sure.
Well, this is the time to crack those knuckles, dust off those hell run skills.
I know if it were me, I would be very seriously consider just bailing. I might take that E-tank and just bail, or maybe bail even without the E-tank, just because I feel behind. I died to Fantoon. I came up to wreck ship, didn't find anything that I could do. Went down, died to Fantoon after a very long fight, and just take a chance that there's nothing in the rest of the wreck ship. Now, it's easy to say that, having already seen the rest of the wreck ship. So I'm certainly not going to blame Ace for continuing on, but.
For sure. Good save here too by Nasarius. If Bubble Mountain turns out to be an absolute bust, can just reset and get back there and maybe go down and see Croc.
Well, there's got to be something. Well, no, there really doesn't. I mean, there's still Mama Turtle.
That darn.
I expect there to be something in Upper Norfair.
You'd hope to see it. You want to see it. Our fingers are crossed, looking for some progression.
And so far, just an E-tank.
Oh, why did I open my big mouth? Why? Because I'm commentating, right, Tracy?
you have to open your big mouth.
You have to get this.
It's part of the job description.
It is, yeah. Gotta get it moving. Get those lips moving. Get the sounds phonating. But Yeah, double chamber, not the comfiest room in the world to do without Varia suit, but with 5 tanks in a reserve, I think Nasarius has got it under control. And Ace gonna fly across bowling here with that space jump.
Yeah, with
Great
these,
item to have.
yeah, he's got such good movement items that these hell runs really are pretty trivial. I mean, obviously, you still have to execute them, but space jump, screw attack, and high jump combined just make this so much nicer.
The ideal item loadout, you might say. The ideal Varialess item loadout, perhaps.
Yeah. If you're gonna do hell runs, absolutely.
Wow, so double E tanks so far off of Bubble Mountain. So much energy. These runners just getting strapped up with E-tanks. Got one more check at Norfair Reserve. Just let it be a suit.
Let's see if Ace decides to do the gauntlet check. Looks like he is going to do the gauntlet check. Kind of a good news, bad news thing. That screw attack will help him a lot, but unfortunately not the charge beam that he would really want.
Oh, that's right. They still haven't found charge beam, and the ammo count's not quite there yet.
Ammo count is nowhere near anything what you'd want for any fights at this moment. I'm not going to do... I'd have to do some math to figure out whether they actually even have enough to do Ridley should they run into him with those power bombs. But only 15 supers makes it tight. And Asarius just got to, I believe that's his 30th. Which, of course, is the magic number.
Yeah. 35 and 30, 20 PBs, and grapple beam. So does that put the rest, or some more of Meridia?
It sure does. And now Botswoon is on the table for Meridia. For suitless. And only 2 more checks here, so it's looking it's 50-50 at this point.
Cyrus is going for it. Going to head down to Croc. As Tracy said, 2 checks there. Croc, E-Tank, and Grapple Beam. Looking for that energy refill. The Nutella refill, as I've heard it called.
That's right.
Timely addition, or timely location. What am I trying to say, Tracy? It's great that it's there. It's great that it's there. They don't have suits. They can just refill their energy. There we go. Stumbling and mumbling and bumbling, but that's okay. Having a great time doing it.
Fortunately, no charge beam here, so the plasma kind of going to waste, not being able to one-shot Croc like you'd like to.
That is an excellent point, Tracy. It's the beam combination, the full beam combo just kind of going to waste without that charge beam. But maybe charge beam's down here. Who really knows?
Could be. Now, charge could literally be anywhere, so it's hard to say exactly where that's going to show up. And we do find... There it is! We do have a charge beam.
Oh my goodness, as if on cue. So
but
now,
unless I'm missing something, we're now 2 out of 3 that the suit we're going to find first is going to be in Meridia.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tracy. That makes sense. But my goodness. Almost 40 minutes into the seed and no suits. With a lot of checks. A full clear wreck ship. Almost full, pretty much we're out 1 item away from full clearing Upper Norfair. But you might say all signs pointing to Meridia, like you said, Tracy.
And we're going to get that last check in just a second here from Nasarius.
Gonna hold on to those supers, not going with the green gate glitch.
Oh, Ace is going to go in.
Oh, wow.
If the answer is Botswoon, this is really, really good. If the answer is cure it at Croc or at...
oh my goodness.
It's unfortunate. It is the croc is the answer, and
Always
Ace is
bet
gonna
on croc.
waste a lot of time trying to get to Mama Turtle with spring ball jumps.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I like the call. He feels behind. He needs to make a play, but unfortunately, this is not going to work out.
That is tough, but what a pickup for Nesarius. Gravity suit at grapple.
Now this could still be Varia. Varia could, if Varia's at Mama Turtle, then Ace is still kind of in this. I mean, it just depends on how quickly Nesarius gets to it. We'll see.
Yeah, I think he's just going to turn on those afterburners and go straight to Meridia. Just has an exceptional item loadout to handle Meridia at this point. But Ace showing off those spring ball jumps, doing a terrific job making his way through Main Street. It's there's a certain elegance to doing suitless Meridia.
Yeah, I actually enjoy the occasional suitless Meridia. Sad I haven't gotten to do that, and probably won't get to do it in the league season. I'm done with my races. So if we make playoffs, I get to play again. And I got to rely on my teammates. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we do have some amazing teams and amazing teammates in this season of Rando League. But there's just something about suitless Meridia. It's like rhythmic gymnastics in a pool of molasses or something. I don't know. I just really like it.
Yeah, both runners gonna get over here to Mama Turtle at the same time. Not sure where Ace's last save is. If this is nothing, if he has a decent save to go back to. It's just an E-tank.
Just an E-tank.
And Sarah's not gonna grab it. Ace might grab this. Would have to do bomb jumps or a spring ball jump to get up there. No, he's got space jump. You can just grab this easily. And I like that he's grabbing this, assuming he doesn't have a good save spot. That'll just make the hell runs a little bit easier. Decides to check the ammo, and it looks like it was just missiles. And at this point, it's very hard to get that back to that, so no reason to go grab it.
So the number of places that Varia could be are quickly shrinking.
Yeah, I mean, we have Meridia, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's got to be somewhere in Meridia. I'm trying to think if there's because it can't be in Lower Norfair. The only non-Meridia location would depend on the boss here. Well, there's actually two non-Meridia locations. One is technically Meridia because it's Dragon over at the wreck ship. The other being, the other possibility being, if Kraid is up here. Then technically that's not Meridia, and plus the Kraid E-tank would open up.
Yeah. Now I kind of turned my nose up at X-ray, but you see the huge advantage of it when combined with the charge beam there, with that microwave beam. That looked like a reserve tank at Batu and E-tank.
That's what I saw as well.
I think skip that for now. Here's a nice halfie attempt. Oh, commentary curse.
And unfortunately, I was hoping Ace would just go beeline it to Crocomire instead of going over. Looks like he's heading towards Bubble Mountain. Bubble Mountain only going to give him grapple beam, which could give him the idea to do the next suitless check, which now we know now is just a reserve tank.
For sure, definitely kind of a tricky seed. Very late suits, but still a lot of bosses to fight for both runners. But
yeah, let's see. We have Kraid and Ridley left. Let's see what we got.
Curious, yeah, if we get Ridley here.
It is Ridley.
And we do. Oh boy.
And immediate reset. With this beam combo, I might have tried it, and then if I die, just move on.
Yeah, I mean it just comes down to, I think, runner preference, but 19 supers and full beam combo, it's definitely in the realm of possibility of success.
I think that the absolute top players could do it. I don't know if I could do it, but I would have given it a try. And then, like I said, if I die, I die. So you lose a little bit of time trying the fight, but you gain a ton of time if you succeed.
Sure, sure. Just a quick farm from Ace here. Sorry, it's blasting back through Batuan's room. So I wonder if he goes back to Mount Everest, if he just goes straight back up to Red Tower to go face Dre at Rex Ship.
That's an interesting question. I'm kind of... If I'm Nesarius, I'm probably going to full clear as much as Meridia and do those plays. Everything's available to me. I'm feeling pretty good. I think his routing calls have all been having pretty good. Ace having taken those deaths, if I were in his shoes, I might take that risk and just, instead of even touching Meridia, I might go straight to Dragon in hopes that my Various is there and that my opponent didn't go there.
Yeah. A quick save before the sand pit. Very wise decision from Nesarius. Because who knows what could be there.
And just an E-tank at the sand pit. Let's see if he resets that. Okay, maybe... I don't know why he took the save if he's not going to reset this. He can do Shack Tool from here. Maybe that's what he does next.
Maybe so.
Yeah, but I don't understand the save.
Well, I think maybe if both that and Shack don't pan out, he can.
Yeah,
reset.
that could be. That could be.
That's a possibility, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. Ace getting his grapple beam. I just hope that doesn't send him to Meridia.
There's still so much of Norfair to explore. Now we get the cutscene to end all cutscenes as Shack Tool, the helpful robot, just digs a nice path for Samus through these impossible to destroy blocks by any known means except for Shack Tool. I thought it was a really nice addition in the area or I should say the branching route rando to have that little kind of tunnel to go underneath Shack.
Definitely a very useful thing. So Ace pretty much forced to do the croc play at this point. Like I said, he could have gone to bot wound, but or he took that one gamble over to Mama Turtle. So.
Oh my!
And there
goodness.
it is.
I saw somebody in chat say paging Eden 8. Make it stat. get Eden 8 in here now. They absolutely love Varia and Shack Tool.
Oh, we got John here. John's a big fan of that too.
Oh boy, what a seed! Just what can you say? It's always bet on Croc and always Varia and Shack Tool. I mean.
Yeah, and we did have, I mean, and the really tough early Fantoon fight that was basically required. I mean, you could backtrack. I mean, I think you could have had a maximum of 3 E-tanks by backtracking to X-Ray, and you could have got that screw attack if you really wanted to backtrack all the way to Gauntlet.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, that definitely makes the Ridley fight that much easier, not taking constant heat damage. But looks like Nesarius is going to go straight down and work all the way back up.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Yeah, you start with the lower Norfair play. It's going to be Kraid, and then go back through Meridia to hit the Ridley fight, and then up to Rex Ship to Dragon. Not a single vanilla boss this seed.
Wow. Yeah, Nesarius kind of in like, the go mode to end all go modes here. Has everything that he needs, especially that Ice Beam pickup at the beginning of the seed. And no sweat through those Metroid rooms of Torian. But yeah, definitely making making a stop over in Ridley's lair, but it's been taken over by Kraid, the ultimate final boss.
And Ace will get his gravity suit, and we'll see what he does next.
And that's what he came for. Got the gravity suit, friction-free movement through water, grapple beam as well. Going to be heading back, most likely, to Meridia.
Yeah, so he's got a choice to go to Meridia. He's already done Mama Turtle. He could choose to go up to Wreck Ship to face Dragon. Unfortunately, not the right call there. Could go straight to Shacktool if he wanted to. That is definitely a play he could make. I could definitely see him doing one of those plays just to, like I said, try to create some sort of route difference from him and what he might think his opponent's doing, just because he's got to feel behind. We already saw that with the Meridia play that he put in earlier.
No doubt about it, Tracy. We talked about it a bit earlier today. It's just the psychological effect of feeling like you're constantly playing from behind, and it sometimes it can cause you to, throw caution to the wind and make just an exceptional play, but other times it can, lead to some less desirable outcomes, I guess I'd say. But as the seed kind of unfolds, I feel like the runners, as they get better equipped, those kind of disastrous decisions become less common. I defer to you, Tracy. I'm not exactly a Rando expert.
No, absolutely.
Still just one seed under my belt. Back at a marathon back in 2019. With help from you and Sloters27, but
yeah, I'm longing for the days of live SGDQs.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's been a tough year. We're all missing our friends, but we're brought together by the power of technology on speed gaming channels, broadcast right into your laptop, tablet, phone, notebook, or desktop. Just really amazing stuff that they do here. And wonderful that we have the opportunity to have tournaments and randomizer leagues and seasons and teams, and just wonderful. It's just a wonderful experience and a wonderful community.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's gonna be interesting to see what Ace chooses to do with this Ridley fight. If he could farm up. He's turning out that ice beam. He could farm his supers up, and there's some really good farm spots here. And he could turn that ice beam on for Botswoon, I guess. He could gain a little bit of an advantage if he goes ahead and gets this Ridley fight down now and not having to backtrack.
That is a good point, Tracy.
Like I said, when Nasarius was there, like I said, I would go for it, and die trying if I did, and with the knowledge that if I do manage to do the fight, the fact that I don't have to come all the way back here. So you see, it looks like he is going to do some farming, and if he can fill up those supers, and if he can do this fight,
it just might be enough to tip the scales. It's hard to
tell. I don't know if it'd be enough, but it definitely would help a lot. Of course, you still have to find that Variasuit, but that Variasuit would have fewer places to be. He won't even have to check the Ridley item, because he knows that's not going to be Variasuit, and there's really nothing else. And there's literally nothing else to pick up at this point. And he is at full supers, and you don't need full supers for, he knows it's not Dragon, and Kraid you don't need full supers for. So I think he's going for it. In fact, he's even taking a save. He's going to go for this.
You love to see it. You love to see the runners, feeling like the chips are down, making bold plays. We love bold plays. That's kind of the name of the game here in Randomizer League.
I was hoping those were supers so that he'd be able to have, a few more supers. But 3 supers missing, that he can just do two of those charge shots will make up for the 3 supers he's missing. It's almost like he expected it was Ridley. Like he just walked, he's like, yep, I know it's going to be Ridley.
Process of elimination, perhaps. But delivering those supers, 27 on tap, just pounding Ridley to high DPS here. Gonna switch now to charge shots with that full beam combo. And Ridley is
really
absolutely
good.
enraged. I think he's got him on the ropes, Tracy.
I think he does. I think he just needs to get picked up now. Just careful, get picked up. There you go.
Yeah,
this should be good.
Way to go, Ace. Varial's Ridley fight.
Oh, don't check the item.
Get out of there, Ace. Get out.
If it's an E-Tank. Oh, it's an E-Tank.
Calculated. Absolutely
Nicely
calculated.
done. Still has to find that Variasuit, but
that's right, but
he does have one less thing he has to do after he does find that Variasuit.
That was a tremendous fight. Way to go, Ace.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, I really like the way he anticipated that, not just the way he entered it. I mean, because once you see the door transition, you know which boss you're fighting.
For sure.
But just the fact that he did the extra farming for it.
Definitely was ready to take on Dragon and was victorious.
Now the next question is how quickly does he get to the actual Variasuit? Or does he even go for it? Like, he could literally just, I mean, this is not a bad setup for a Lower Norfair where you don't have to fight Ridley.
That's an interesting point. You know, he does have quite a few tanks. He's got some reserve potential there. But looks like he's going to head down to Sandpit. And, you know, it does deposit him right kind of in the neighborhood of Shack Tool. So,
yeah, can do the left Sandpit for sure. You definitely want to do the left Sandpit. And then we'll see if he goes to Shack Tool or if he decides to go for it or if he decides to check other locations. Does see an E-Tank. And looks like he's going to pick that up. This could be... Now, it might just be that he's thinking, well, if it's at Dragon, I don't want to go all the way up there. So we'll see. At this point, to his knowledge, it's either Dragon or Shack Tool or Plasma after Dragon. Let's see which way he goes. Okay, I think he's just going to go for Lower Norfair. I think he's just going to do it.
Yeah, I mean...
He's going to need to farm supers for crystal flashes.
I think he's about to find a decent spot to do that. Maybe not the best spot in the game here, but certainly a spot. But,
yeah, I think the right place to do it is at the Gamuts on the way down to LN.
Sure. So Nasari is going to do battle with Ridley. Not as much ammunition, but with that Variasuit, he will not be taking constant heat damage.
And he's got full beam combo, so this should not be a hard fight.
20 shots is all it's going to take to dispatch Ridley. But yeah, pretty remarkable. No vanilla boss locations. That's really something. Can't say it made the difference, but it's certainly a complicated thing.
It sure did. Oh, Ace realizing he should farm. Yeah, definitely does need to farm here. Needs to have some crystal flashes available to him. Unfortunately, that's the worst part about this, is that he needs those supers. Meanwhile, Nasari is looking good in the Ridley fight. And Ridley is down.
So just Dragon at wreck ship left for Nasarius. But Ace just using that screw attack to great effect. Trying to farm up those supers just hit 22 there.
Yeah, I think getting up to 2 crystal flashes is probably good enough. Looks like he's going to go a little bit further. Okay, here we go.
All right, buckle up, chat. This is it. Gonna head down to Lower Norfair. Gonna be taking, as we've said a million times, constant heat damage without Varia's suit. The Shack Tool check just too costly as far as time, perhaps.
I mean, from Ace's perspective, Shack Tool is long, Dragon is longer, Plasma is even longer. Those are your possibilities. He knows he's got to be behind. So yeah, I think this is the right play for him.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think it's going to be enough, but I do like this decision. He has done much worse lower Norfair situations in SMZ3 where you are going to have to fight Ridley. Where in this case, he knows it's going to be Kraid. And so he'll get a break from that heat damage when he gets down there, so you don't have to survive the Ridley fight itself.
I didn't see what was behind Kraid, but I imagine it's got to be an E-Tank. That might be a very timely pickup for him.
Yeah, at this point, E-Tanks and reserve tanks are all that's left, so yeah, it's a really good chance it is an E-Tank. And actually, now that I think about when he did that pickup behind Ridley, same thing. It had to be an E-Tank or a reserve tank. So definitely heads up to realize that the odds were in his favor, that he was going to get a nice refill there. Not a fan of this. He's going this way for the refill. Unfortunately, he's going to use a bunch of supers to do it. Hopefully he gets there before he pops the reserve. Not quite. That's unfortunate.
That is the one downside to those energy recharge locations. They do not refill the reserve tank.
If he's gonna get, he might as well grab this energy tank.
Right, yeah.
It is kind of weird that you have the refill stations don't fill reserves, the ammo stations don't fill supers and power bombs.
Come on, Deer Force, what were you thinking?
I know, right? Okay, after a long last, we are back to the first boss we saw, Dragon. And with that microwave beam, Nasiris will make very quick work of this fight.
Ace setting up for Pillar Spark here. Very nicely executed. Just has to go into Amphitheater. I should say worst room in the game and then Amphitheater, but this item loadout, despite taking the constant damage of the superheated rooms, makes these rooms very, very tractable.
Yeah, SpaceJump, Screw Attack, and High Jump all combined to make worst room in the game. Really not the worst room in the game.
Yeah, it just becomes another room in the game, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I said to Serb earlier today, Tracy, #1 way to become the most loathed employee at your workplace is to microwave shrimp in the cafeteria of wherever you work. So keep it to Super Metroid, chat. Only microwave shrimp in this game. Yeah, another E-Tank pickup.
Yep. Yeah, again, that's all that's left.
I do like the play.
I like the statement in chat from Lomi and Jones saying that the real worst in the game is the Edecuns because of the horrible noises they make.
Oh, I always thought they were cute and they sing the item fanfare. To each their own, I suppose. I'm taking the canonical ending.
I gotta say, when you play this game the first time and you realize that they're trying to teach you how to wall jump and you can't figure out how to do it, the sound definitely does get annoying.
It's kind of like
Yep.
And then they kind of mock you, and they're not the world's greatest teachers either. It's very oblique.
No, they are not. It took me like 20 years to figure out how to wall jump. And to be fair, it wasn't like I was trying for 20 years, but I certainly couldn't do it when I started when I got into actually playing this game at a level other than casual. So
right. Well, it's interesting. I grew up Admittedly, we were a Sega household, so I didn't get to play SM as a kid, but I played it as a teenager and in my kind of college age years.
Mm-hmm.
And I played on keyboard, believe it or
Oh,
not.
wow.
And when I made the switch to controller, I could not wall jump either. So I was so used to kind of spamming arrow keys and whatever button I had bound for jump. But
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to play Super Metroid as a kid either, but that's just because I'm old.
Oh, nobody would call you old, Tracy. No way.
Yeah. Ace, knowing that he doesn't have to worry about heat damage here, does just go straight into the crate fight.
And set up for that lovely, lovely missile crate quick kill. Unfortunately, not getting those missiles to connect, but that's okay. Landing a super.
Yeah, he should be able to just finish this off with one charge shot.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
And down goes Kraid.
Meanwhile, looks like Nasara's not going to go for a baby skip, damaging himself down. Might as well take the free E-tank.
There it is, the perfect top off for his lower Norfair escape.
This is really good health to get out. He may need to use one crystal flash, but he's not going to have any trouble actually getting out.
That's excellent. An excellent lower Norfair. Who needs Varia?
Nah, we don't need no stinking Varia.
We don't need no stinking Varia.
We'll change our team name to the Varia Skips to go along with the Gravity Skips. Nah, we won't do that.
So Sinasarius has got Screw Attack D equipped, so we're probably going to see some variation of Ice Zeb Skip. Not resetting those iframes with Space Jump on, going to make this a quick move.
There he goes.
Very nicely done. So Mother Brain one fight, no sweat with this ammunition. Just going to pound those supers into Mother Brain's exposed frontal cortex here. And full beam combo, 20 shots. No fuss, no muss. No worries at all.
And Ace almost out of lower Norfair. I don't think he even need to do that last crystal flash. He's going to just get out.
Yeah, 2 tanks, about 2.5 tanks left. Definitely cutting it a little close, but if he can just get to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, he's going to make it. He's got good enough. Oh, he's just going to wait for him to do the crystal flash here.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. I do like the play.
And Nasara's through to Mother Brain 3.
Got the baby cutscene, most heartbreaking moment in video game history coming our way. But nothing heartbreaking about this race between two top competitors. Definitely it's given us a very entertaining race so far. So for Ace, just gonna put it under full throttle, head over to the very first boss, as you said, Tracy, that these runners discovered, all the way up in the wreck ship. But Nasarius has just got Mother Brain 3 fight and the escape, and that's a wrap for him. Oh, the tragedy of it all, Tracy. Every time I see it, I've seen it a million times.
Well, I'll tune in at 10 o'clock and the baby will be alive again. So, for the next race.
Nice. Very nice. And that'll do it for Nesarius. Mother Brain 3 is down, fading away to dust.
And into the escape.
Scott Springball could see Blue Bomber here. Why the heck not at this point? Nothing wrong with the spark either.
He says, I don't want to do it. That's why
I don't want to do it. It saves barely any time, and it's kind of tricky to execute. Why bother?
Does get the nice moonfall though in the lead ox room here.
Oh yeah, very nicely done. Just gotta zip up the climb here. One more spark, and Nesarius will be into parlor. Ace setting up for his dragon fight, but Nesarius is going to be taking home the W this time for the Clippers.
And finishes up with an official SRL time of 1:11:28. GG's to Nesarius.
GG's. You almost got the music to be seamless there, Tracy, when you switched over to Ace because he was still fighting Dragon. That was awesome.
Well, give that credit to 2D Tones, our tracker, for pushing all those buttons and making sure that things get marked properly.
I stand corrected. 2D Toads on the button, switching over to Ace. Very nicely done. Seamless integration. But we'll see if Nesarius wants to join us for a little interview. Talk about the seed a little bit. Ace is going to go straight to G4. This seed is nearly complete for him.
Looks like Nesarius is going to come in just a second.
Sure.
He's going to go ahead and finish this out. He better finish this out.
Yeah, I talked about it a bit with Serb earlier today, Tracy. As far as the Rando League tiebreakers, it does come down to average time, I believe.
No,
we
scrapped. No, we scrapped average. Like, can you imagine doing average time over 7 different randomizers? That's a terrible idea.
So, is there any consequence for taking a forfeit?
Yeah, there is. So in seeding, if you take a forfeit, you will be seeded lower.
Okay.
So it is a tiebreaker not to get into the playoffs, but is a tiebreaker for seeding within the playoffs. And we do have Nesarius joining us. GG's.
GG.
Hey, thanks.
So biggest difference, Ace, you completed the Fantoon fight. Ace had a little trouble with it and died and had to redo it. And you'll notice that he cut a few corners and skipped Varia.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean it was a reasonable Varia skip at that point. But I thought it was a good play for him to do so, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I took that Fantoon fight pretty safe. I'm not very good at it, so but I managed to survive, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a rough one to throw you into a. I mean, there were 3. I think we figured out there was 3 tanks available in Screw Attack if you really wanted to go all over the map.
Yeah.
Because you could have gone and gotten X-Ray, and you could have gone up to Gauntlet and gotten that Screw Attack, but That's a lot of traveling to get useful items for that fight. So virtually a required 2 tank, 1 reserve Vantoon fight.
Yeah, the only thing I regretted at that point was not taking the refill before Kraid. Because I thought, like, if this is Vantoon, yeah, that's I'll want the refill. But if it's not, it's just a waste of time. So.
It's definitely a heads-up play.
Honestly, kind of my worst nightmare. The thing I feared the most in my seed yesterday was getting one of those Fantoon fights that are forced on you with low health.
Yeah. I thought my movement was pretty rough in this, but I thought the routing worked out pretty well. I don't think you could have done that a lot differently.
No, I mean, Ace went up first and saw the Dragon fight there. But pretty much, except for the skipping of various suit, followed most of your route. I did take a dip into Mama Turtle, again, feeling behind before doing Norfair. And, you know, if I'd been a suit, that's pretty big, but yeah, it was. But yeah, I mean, pretty similar routing beyond that.
I was expecting Suitless Meridia with grapple and ice and high jump.
You were 1 item away.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on the table.
Definitely on the table. Yeah, it was just really, really great race you gave us, Asarius. It was definitely a tremendous effort. We thought the seed was definitely interesting in how they kind of loaded you up with beams at the beginning. But
yeah,
it's so
I'm
nice
sure
to find plasma and then charge.
I'm sure OK Beamer will echo this sentiment. Where were our beams?
All in wrecked ship, apparently.
Yes, apparently.
You know, but something that was maybe not puzzling about this seed, but satisfying for chat was, you know, always betting on Croc and paying off, getting Gravity Suit, and then, of
Gravity
course...
and Charge.
Gravity and Charge is stack Croc, and then, of course, the ultimate meme for Randomizer, which is Varia Check Tool.
Yeah. At that point, I think it was just Check Tool and then Dragon.
Yeah, so Dragon, and I guess it could have been Plasma Beam behind Dragon, which would have just been terrible.
Yeah.
Like that at that point. At that point, I'm doing what Ace is doing.
Yeah, just forget it. Forget Varia. Who needs it? Yeah, so completing week 5 with a W, Nasaria, it's heading into week 6. What do you think's in store for you and your team?
Well, I'm skipping week 6, but I'm definitely looking forward to area rando. I have to do a lot of practice with that. I've only done a few ever, so. But the team's looking pretty good. We're in a pretty good place.
That's outstanding. It's been quite a season so far. It's been very entertaining to watch.
All right, I guess I'll step out now. Thanks for doing comms and everything.
Thank you, and GG's.
Yeah, GG's, Asarius. Thank you so much. We're going to see some stand-up here, Tracy, from Ace Zero. 187.
Might as well.
Might as well, yeah, absolutely.
He's got the tanks, he's got the beams, and frankly, I'd be worried about, you know, without Variasuit, I'd be worried about forgetting that I didn't have Variasuit and damaging myself down too much.
For sure. Don't want that to happen, but he's practically out of danger, just delivering those full beam charge shots. Trying to get Mother Brain damage down, so only a couple hyper beam shots. Oh, heartache. Two dead baby Metroids in one race.
Really sad.
A very nice stand-up.
Yeah,
I think
looks like maybe
like
4 shots.
Yeah. Very nicely executed by Ace. Ace is on the escape. Only a couple rooms separate him from the end of this race.
Maybe the Leodox room is the real worst room in the game.
Depending on item loadout, definitely. We've seen some very, very challenging attempts from our runners, depending on the items they have.
Yeah, and if you go in there without high jump boots, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
It's one of the few rooms where I would take high jump boots over space jump, and for me, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, with all those enemies to just kind of clobber you out of spin, high jump is definitely the way. So yeah, Ace gonna head to the ship. The ship has never looked better.
And gonna finish up with an official SRL time of 1:20:15. So GG's to Ace Zero.
Yeah, we'll see if he'll join us for a quick interview.
Looks like he's gonna join us. And there he is, Ace Zero. Fantoon's awful. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, I know if it'd been me, I would have been in trouble. So
I was really mad at myself. I was really just off base from the beginning, and I tanked a bunch of damage because, for whatever reason, probably because of the route rando last week, honestly, I thought I had charge beam.
Oh no.
So on the first fight, like, I tanked like a whole, like, half my health, basically, almost the full E-tank. And then when I realized, like, after the first couple missiles connected, I went to charge up my, charge wave plasma beam, and then it didn't charge, and I was like,
That's a problem.
I gotta farm back some health, and then I just couldn't get the beam to connect right. I know some of them, like, work better to farm those flames than others, but I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Spazer honestly might have been best, but I'm no expert. I know wave beam can miss some of the flames, but wave and plasma together, maybe not so bad. I did like. I liked some of your choices to the Meridia check, which unfortunately didn't pay out. I like that you skipped Varia. Spoilers, it's a check tool.
That's what I figured. I figured it's probably Shack Tool, or it could be Plasma. That'd be.
Yeah, it literally could be Plasma.
This is actually not bad for me to skip because that's so far out of the way. Yeah,
even if it's just been behind Dragon, which is another possibility. Like, that was where we were down to is those three locations, and the big thing really was that I was also hoping that you'd go to Croc before Bubble Mountain. I mean, hindsight. I mean, we knew where the gravity suit was, but.
Like, there's something about these that I just can't figure out the routing. Like, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense at a certain point, and then once I get, like, one or two, like, pretty much, like, one item away, or once I hit go mode, like, it's fine, obviously, but, like, missing both suits is really tricky for me with these boss randos, and because, like, nothing seems to really have that much value. I don't know.
So
I don't know how to double dips, basically.
So I know you've done SMZ3, Lower Norfolk without Varia, and I believe you've told me you've run RBO, but is this your first SM rando seed going without Varia?
No, actually, so I did 6 boss randos to practice. I've this week I did 6 of them. I'd never done it before this week, and this is the 4th one that I didn't find Varia suit.
Oh my god!
I completed all of them.
2/3 of them with no bar.
Nice.
And I'm sure in a lot of those cases it would have been better off to look a little harder to find it, but I don't know. This time I was actually, knowing Kraid was there, I was honestly way too safe about it too, because I didn't have to use. I probably could have got away without that last crystal flash on the exit, but I was prepared for 2, and I didn't really need any. Obviously, I got kind of lucky with the E-tanks. If 1 or 2 of those had been a reserve, that'd have been a different story.
I don't know that I would have done the trip over to Screw Attack just to get the refill and the E-tank, but they were all E-tanks. I mean, that was all those left E-tanks and reserve tanks. But
it was kind of low time. Like, I was lower than I expected to be. I was down to like 3 or 4, and I was like, well, it's gonna set me up really nicely for the fast pillars. Like, that'll be pretty much free, because I have that huge runway from the other side, and maybe another E-tank, definitely the refill. But yeah, you're probably right. I probably could have skipped that, and then after Kraid had been killed and I still had all my ammo for 2 crystal flashes, I probably should have skipped the Kraid E-tank too. But that's okay.
That one's a little. I mean, it's a couple of door transitions and item fanfare. It's not too bad.
It was a timely pickup for sure, and just to top off and get the heck out of Lower Norfair. It was a great play. Really enjoyed watching it.
Thanks. I assume
had a great Ridley fight too.
Thanks. Yeah, the Ridley is definitely one of my better parts of the game in general.
Yeah, I like that you pretty much prepared for that to be Ridley. Nefarious hit that spot and just noped right out.
Yeah.
If it'd been me, I would have gone for it as well. Because you had enough health, and even if you didn't have the supers, you had the full beam combo. So it was definitely a doable fight, and really glad you committed to that one.
Yeah, I wish I got to do like the suitless Dragon. Honestly, like I was really hoping I'd get grapple beam before going back to wreck ship.
Yep.
Because I really wanted to do that. As I don't know if it would give me an advantage or anything, but that's a trick that I'm pretty consistent with, the grapple escape.
Yep.
And I was thinking that might help me skip some of the logical plays because I knew I was way behind logically. I just felt like I was, my gravity was like I was almost out of options for a suit.
Yeah, you had, at that point, it was 50-50 whether it was there or Botswoon. I'm really glad you didn't follow the grapple beam to Botswoon instead of going to Grok. I was a little concerned, but I think once you didn't find it at Mama Turtle, that it probably wasn't really crossing your mind.
Oh, for sure. I actually, honestly, I went into Meridia the first time, like, thinking I had another check there. Like, I was thinking I could get to, Sandpit for some reason, and like as soon as I broke the tube and I started going, I was like, wait a minute, I don't have a way up Everest, so I can't get to Botswoon or to Sandpit. So I guess it's just Mama Turtle, but I was like, it's still not a bad play. I still think it's worth going for, especially feeling behind already.
Yeah, I mean, if it'd been a suit, even if it'd just been various suit, then it's pretty big because then you can just go down, do Lower Norfair, and then come back up and check stuff on the way up. But unfortunately, not the case. But yeah, I mean, it was clear that you were looking for things to cut. I mean, thought maybe you would consider leaving the wreck ship after getting the couple E-tanks. I guess it was high jump into E-tank.
Yeah.
I just wanted something for Drake. I didn't want to have to come back for Dragon, so I was hoping I'd find either gravity or grapple up there still. That's the only reason I didn't do that. Yeah,
unfortunately not there. Little mixed results on the gauntlet check. I mean, Screw Attack's a great item, but no, it was...
And Gauntlet, just correct me if I'm wrong, Gauntlet, it can't be a suit or it can't be your first suit?
Can't be a suit.
Can't be a suit at all.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
I was still looking for charge too, so I knew either way it was worth it, but that's what I was thinking. I wasn't 100% sure on the logic for that. Yeah,
all that SMZ3.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fairly new to like major minor split in general, and then add the boss Rando on this, so my routing is probably all over the place. I felt like I took way too many trips like up and down Red Tower, and curious to watch this back and see how
a lot of that's the boss Rando, the checking Dragon. And I don't dislike the play to go up as much as a lot of people, although I prefer to do it with a suit, so at least there's a 3/4 chance of a boss I can beat. Like I went up there with gravity suit and found Dragon, and well, I could beat Dragon, so it was great.
Yeah, if I had a little more ammo, like, or one or two more E-tanks, I would have went down a little bit more readily, because I didn't want to like be priced into those like Bubble Mountain checks with like 3 E-tanks.
Yeah,
and just have to be, like, very precise and save repeatedly to be careful and farm every single opportunity.
It was all the E-tanks were in the back loaded. All the items were front loaded.
Yeah, all the heated rooms pretty much had E-tanks.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got most of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a fun seed. Thanks for commentating, and GG's again to Nefarious.
Yeah, and just gotta say, if you had forfeited, you might have been off the team. So, so glad you finished that one out.
Never forfeit unless like miserable.
Nah, I'm kidding, because I know there's situations where even in the route Rando, when we were in those bad Ridley fights, and I even said at the time, I'm like, if they got done, I'm still fighting Ridley. I'm not fishing. So.
I mean, if I had like soft locked at Mother Brain or something like that. That's the other thing. I almost messed up because I forgot I didn't have Varia until I got grabbed by the baby, and I noticed how fast my health drained.
Oh my god!
Good thing I got grabbed, because otherwise I would have.
Good thing. You mean in the baby skip?
Yeah, I failed baby skip and my health drained so fast, and it like, what? I was like, oh, I don't have Varia. That's why it's draining so fast. I better remember that for Mother Brain.
Well, I mean, you did. I figured you doing stand up would make it not matter. Because you're still gonna be at 7. So I guess if you took too much damage before stand up happened, that could be
that or like I get the first part and then just ram my face into Mother Brain like repeatedly instead of just like once or twice.
Yeah, we've definitely seen things like that before. So
I've done that before.
Oh man, I hate to see it.
All right, so next week, so I'm done. Next week, the rest of the way, it's all you and Cross. So you got to bring it home for us.
Yeah, it's another mode I haven't practiced. I have not done one of those either. The random start.
Random start. Yeah. Definitely want to start practicing those because I've looked into them a little bit. They're a little tricky. So maybe you and Cross Products should get together, or actually we all could get together. You guys will have to be the ones playing because you'll be the ones needing the practice.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm sure I could use some coaching on those too.
Well, they're new to all of us, and it is full rando, so you're used to that. So at least there's that, and there's a reason why I'm not playing because it is full rando. So, all right. Anything else you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
No, I think we've covered everything. Thanks again. Thanks for the restream and commentary and tracking, of course. Whoever was on tracking, 2D Tones, I think.
2D Tones?
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
we do have... Yeah, GG's. We do have one more race tonight at 10 o'clock over on Speed Gaming 3. We have Johnny B. Croak, represented by Beef Robber, and the Vile Plumes, represented by Canadian Owl. They will be playing, and that'll be it for a full day of Saturday races. We do have 3 races tomorrow. At 1 o'clock, we have Team 3 versus the Golden Shower. That'll be Mr. Fox versus Toasty. At 4 o'clock, we have Team D-Rust versus Noble Foxes. That'll be Gameaholic versus Nobly. And at 6 o'clock, we'll have Baby Skips versus Funky Town. That'll be Sir Cabby versus Zost. But that'll otherwise do it for us. I want to thank the Hockey Towner for coming in, feeling a little bit down from a little bit of commentary this morning, but taking those lozenges to get his voice up to speed. That's right. And joining me, and of course 2D Tones doing the tracking, and of course everybody over at Speed Gaming and all of you watching. We appreciate all your support, and I'll let you close us out, Hockey.
All right, well, thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you, 2D Tones, for tracking. A wonderful race here, almost closing out a full slate of Randomizer League Season 3 races on a Saturday. And as Tracy said, on behalf of everybody at Speed Gaming and all the tournament and Randomizer League organizers that put on these amazing events, I am the Hockey Towner, and we will see you next mission.